I was getting ready to relax for the night, and as soon as I shut off the stream, I see 3 minutes ago Ahsoka trailer. You know what we had to do. I mean, I took the dog for a walk and then got an espresso ready. I'm here to give you guys my initial live reaction to the Ahsoka trailer. So what we'll do, we'll watch it through for the first time, watch it in its entirety. I'll say as little as physically possible, and then we'll go through and pause at each time I have to say something about that part, and we'll just try and kind of break it down live but not live, if that makes sense. Okay? I'm so excited for this. The last time I got to watch an Ahsoka trailer was at Star Wars Celebration, and words can't describe the energy that filled that place with, you know, thousands of crying, screaming Star Wars fans in their 30s. It's the best thing ever. I'm late 20s, but you know, almost there. Anyway, without further ado, let's give this a watch.
One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
It's such a bittersweet seeing Ray Stevenson.
Hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
Oh yeah.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one. You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
It took a second for me to register what was just being said.
Sometimes you have to
But
make
Master?
decisions no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
Nice haircut. Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
Buckle up.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain. You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Oh man. Initial reaction? The Dark Jedi that was that's played by Ray Stevenson. We know they were in the Order. That's freaking awesome. Like directly just going, Anakin spoke highly of you. So we know they were around during that Clone Wars period as well. We know that this Jedi was present during that, which is awesome. And then Ahsoka becoming the master of Sabine. All we saw in Rebels was Kanan doing some lightsaber training and or maybe teaching the core tenets of what it is to be a Jedi. And I also loved the bit where Kanan reminded Sabine that the Jedi won the war against Mandalore. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's go back into it, and then what we'll do is we'll pause as we see things, and I'll just add. We'll add. We might do this more than once, okay?
War is inevitable. One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
But these dudes are going on the offensive as well.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
Such phrase actually going back to here. They talk about power as if we never dreamed.
Power.
This must be a way of just charting the unknown space, like the uncharted space, which is where we think Thrawn has gone off to. I mean, let's face it, if he went to known space, he'd know where he was. So he's obviously gone into the unknown sector where we know the First Order emerges from. Also, at this point, seeing what looks like an actual fleet from the New Republic. So I wonder how far in this is, and wonder because there's a theme, especially in Mandalorian, and how the New Republic is quite largely demilitarized. It's trying to so hard to prove they're not the Empire. What makes them so susceptible to be taken over by the First Order. So I wonder how prevalent they're going to be.
Spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one.
You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I love that she stayed in Lothal. It's so cool.
Your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
That's so cool, though. That is so cool. And what we know, so we know that Ezra left his belongings. We've got this recording, obviously, that Ezra left Sabine specifically, that we see in Rebels. But I wonder if he left, like, his holocron, for example, which actually shows Anakin teaching the core forms.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
Nice haircut.
Now, a possible idea on which planet we're on here. Looking at this, it's a shipyard. We could be looking at Corellia, which would be cool because we never actually get to see Corellia much at all. I could be wrong, but you don't really see it in Rebels. You don't see it in Clone Wars. In Solo, you see just like the slums and the back streets of it. So it would be cool if we get to go there again. But this time, seeing it on a much grander scale, this could be really cool.
Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
So I didn't even notice that, actually, in the first time round. But so it looks like we have multiple encounters with this Inquisitor as well. And there was some theories on who this Inquisitor is, which was the one that Maul slices their rotating double blade thing, and they fall to their death. But obviously this is Star Wars. No one falls to their death in Star Wars anymore, or ever really. So
sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
And I love that they brought the art back as well from Rebels.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in.
This scene, this little cut here, this is actually what we saw at the... So we didn't see this trailer, but they'd edited this bit in, so just to show Lars Mikkelsen. And I tell you what, whenever you see the videos of what happened at Celebration, one thing to bear in mind, they're really good at cutting out a lot of the background sound, so you wouldn't actually believe the reaction like that Lars Mikkelsen got. There's a reason why he got brought to tears. There's a reason why Hayden Christensen got brought... You wouldn't... The energy was so good, honestly. Take me back.
In vain. You have no power.
I wonder if that bit there, you see this bit here, does she attempt to use the Force? And it's either gonna go a couple ways. Nothing's gonna happen at all. It's gonna be very minor pushback. I think it's between those two. It's be like a very weak push or like nothing at all. Is Sabine Force? She must be, unless they start like twisting the meaning of what it is to be a Jedi, to just not be Force sensitive but other things. This would be cool though. Another Mandalorian Jedi.
You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
Love that.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
So that line, once a rebel, always a rebel, makes me wonder if they didn't get the permission from the New Republic to do what they're doing. And that's why once a rebel, always a rebel. So there's that, or they've bumped into the Empire again, you know? Who knows? There's so many remnants at this point. The fact there's so many little warlords going off, and as far as we knew before Mandalorian, is that they're just in these own little warring factions where each one is kind of standing for themselves. We obviously know now from Mandalorian that there is a council, and it seems to be largely run by Thrawn.
Rebel, always a rebel.
I hope this is Corellia. That'd be cool as hell. I can just see this shot alone. You can just see the inspiration. Filoni's taking such a similar stance as what George Lucas did, bringing in that Kurosawa, like that. Just look at it in the trees. Just that, everything about this screams like Kurosawa inspiration, and it's just brilliant. Okay, I think we've gone through it pretty well, at least for now. Again, loved the name drops. Loved all the... Obviously, great to see Hera take a really prominent role in live action. I haven't really said that much at all, because I think Hera's great, and I just didn't feel the need to say it, but I'm going to say it. Hera's awesome. And seeing... I think Hera is actually played by Ewan McGregor's wife, which is brilliant. Of course, we get more Chopper, which was not to love.
That's why I'm trying to convince you.
Sure, I'm going to try to look in the background of this shot and see if I can actually see anything else. Is that cheating? It's a bit of like I don't know. It's not enough to go by. I was going to see if I can make a guess, but let's face it. You just don't know. Let's just see a little more of... Look at Ray Stevenson just killing it.
I started hearing whispers.
Hearing the phrase about "we are no Jedi" makes you wonder how well known the Jedi are at this stage, because we know full well that like people like Luke Skywalker were like this myth, this unknown, this known. Basically, they were like a myth of legend in what they did. I wonder what. It's just gonna be brilliant. Guys, let me know what you think. I am so excited to see where this is going to go. We're going to get 2 episodes on the 23rd of August. If anyone didn't know already, and you couldn't already tell, we're going to be doing watch parties of these. And then a couple, I think, while this is actually still being released, there'll be some changes in my personal life. I won't go crazy into them, but it's going to give me more time to throw at this. So expect watch party of this. I'm actually going to be doing a breakdown of the Star Wars Legend. Is it Star Wars Legends? Which is the Ubisoft game. Got that to look forward to. I actually still haven't watched the trailer because I've been waiting for my raw live reaction, much like I gave you guys today, and then we'll go through, we'll pause and break it down. So that'll be the next video after this one. And then hopefully, I've been currently reading through Kenobi, and I'm hoping to try and finish most of that book before Ahsoka comes out. And I always wanted to do a comparison between the Legends Kenobi book and the live action what we got with Disney, and I want to see what I liked about both, because I actually just finished rewatching Kenobi yesterday. So as you expect, I cried again. So. But let me know what you guys thought. I really enjoyed it. Just leave a comment saying what you're looking forward to the most in Ahsoka. For me, it's going to sound really silly, but I'm just looking forward to seeing Ahsoka explore the galaxy, confronting her past in her own way. We haven't really seen Ahsoka deal with almost the traumas that she was basically a child that went through the war, was kicked out of the council, got reinvited, chose to leave it entirely, leaving her master, and then everything that transpires, it all has an effect. It'd be interesting to see if we see any of that addressed, or if it's going to be more of an in the moment kind of thing. There'll definitely be some throwbacks, and I'm wondering what we'll get, because it's almost confirmed that Hayden Christensen is going to be in Ahsoka, or it is confirmed. So we know flashbacks are coming, and I look forward to seeing how they get both of that in there. It's going to be, but that's just mine. Let me know what yours got. Let me know what yours is, and as usual, may the Force be with you always.